Do this in your IELTS Writing Task 2 essay and your score will go up. You might have heard about some of this advice, but it's pretty much useless unless you understand what each point really means. So today I've prepared examples to show you how you can improve your writing. I also have a full sample essay for you to download. It says it here. Let's get started. Let's start with one mistake that is so tempting to make. And it's not about your English skills at all. To show it to you, we need a task. Some people think the government should subsidize fruit and vegetables to make healthy food more affordable. Others argue that the government should tax unhealthy food instead. Discuss both these views and give your own opinion. Fast food, unhealthy eating habits, obesity, we hear about it everywhere. But in IELTS writing, it's important to be super focused on the task instead of writing about the issue more generally. First of all, keep your introduction short. Your task is not about unhealthy food. It's about introducing a policy to tax unhealthy food or to subsidize healthy food. And the only sentence where you can talk about the broader topic is the very first sentence of your introduction. Let's read it. Health issues arising from consuming excessive amounts of junk food are a cause of great concern in many countries. Here I introduce the topic. Now the task. There are calls for governments to either reduce prices of healthy foods through subsidies or to raise the costs of unhealthy products through taxation. All we need now is one short but very important sentence. What about this one? In this essay, I will examine both perspectives and present my own viewpoint. A good sentence? Not really. It doesn't mention the task at all. It's too generic and looks like it might have been memorized, so it won't impress the examiner. What you should do instead is express your opinion. In my opinion, a combination of the two policies is the best way forward. It's simple and straightforward. We need both to tax unhealthy food and to give subsidies on healthy products. This is called a balanced opinion. You could choose to agree with just one view, like this. I believe that increasing the cost of foods that are harmful to our health is a more effective strategy. I know that giving your opinion in the first paragraph is not what we were taught at school, but IELTS essays are different because they're so short. I work with several former IELTS examiners, and they all agree that a clear opinion in the introduction is the most straightforward way to write a good essay. After all, a Band 7 requirement is to present a clear and developed position. A developed position means that it's justified. It's easy to see why you think this way and not the other way. And it's easier to do this in a short essay if you start in the introduction. And by the way, you don't have to explain what you really think. Choose a simple opinion or position that you can easily present. Next, fully answer the question. It may sound obvious, but you'd be surprised how many essays fail to do it. Let's look at our task again. The most common mistake is to choose only one view to discuss in the essay. For example, the student thinks that taxing unhealthy food is more effective and may structure the essay like this: an introduction, the first body paragraph with the first reason why taxing unhealthy food is better, then the second body paragraph with the second reason and a conclusion. And this would be a very costly mistake, because this student would fail to address half of the task, which is a sign of a band 5 in task response. The task is to discuss both views, not just the view you agree with. And this means that you should discuss the first view in the first body paragraph and the second view in the second. And don't forget to explain what you think about those views. But generally, why do so many test takers make this mistake and only talk about one view? Probably because they mix it up with another type of task. Here it is. The government should tax fast food to encourage people to eat healthy. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this statement? This is an opinion or agree-disagree task. And you could talk only about what you think. If you agree, you could write an essay with several reasons why you agree. But not if the task is to discuss both views. I know it's a bit confusing. That's why in my courses, students learn how to answer each type of task, what to write about in each paragraph, and where to express their opinion. The courses are linked in the description box below if you'd like to check them out. And let's continue. Avoid irrelevant detail. Why? Have a look at this. Band 5. There may be irrelevant detail. Here is an easy example with some minor irrelevant details. Research conducted by Dr. Robert May from Harvard University shows 10 irrelevant words. It doesn't matter where this research is coming from. You're not writing an academic paper. Just say, research shows that people who are used to eating fast food regularly choose it, even when offered a healthy alternative. This example is quite simple. In essays, you may find whole sentences that are off topic, or they don't prove the main point which they're meant to prove. Remember that every sentence, every phrase should help you answer the question, or it shouldn't be there at all. So keep referring back to the question while writing your essay to keep focused on the task. The next tip is what a lot of IELTS essay problems are about: developing your ideas. Examiners do check if you explain your ideas clearly and support them with good, relevant arguments. This is particularly important in your body paragraphs. There are many different ways to write a body paragraph, but let me show you one example from our essay discussing taxing unhealthy food. It's quite advanced. First of all, the first sentence should explain what this whole paragraph is about. So it's called a topic sentence. On the one hand, I agree that the tax option can help to reduce the consumption of potentially harmful foods. Next, we have an example to illustrate the point. For example, the so-called sugar tax imposed in the UK on soft drinks with a high sugar content has had some positive effects. These are the positives of the first view, but I also want to discuss the negatives. Soft drink manufacturers, however, have reacted by reducing sugar levels to just under the amount liable for tax. As a result, most people tend to buy this slightly healthier version without really changing their overall dietary habits that much. This is a counter-argument, or an argument against the previous argument. Here is one more. Furthermore, It could be argued that this policy represents a kind of punishment for those consumers least able to seek better alternatives for financial reasons. In this paragraph, I'm discussing the positives and negatives of taxing food to explain why I think it should be done, but also why we need these subsidies too. In my courses, I teach students how to make counterarguments, but I always warn them that they are only for advanced students. And there are easier ways to write essays too, which I show in those courses. Anyways, next, use the right linking words. In your essay, you should use linking words or connectors like although, furthermore, or however. These words show how different ideas are related to each other. Let's have a look at the paragraph again. On the other hand, means that we're presenting one side of the story. And indeed, we'll have the second paragraph about subsidies. For example, introduces an example. However, presents a strong contrast. As a result, well, it shows the result. And furthermore, adds another idea. In this particular paragraph, we have a linking word in each sentence, but it doesn't have to be this way. More isn't better. Use them when you need them. The key is to know enough linkers to choose the best one with the most precise meaning for each situation. Now, let's talk about vocabulary and grammar. You've probably heard that you should use more complex grammar and less common words to improve your score. While it's technically true, trying too hard often leads to lost marks rather than gained. The key to success is to find a balance between complexity and accuracy. Imagine a student trying really hard to use some big words and complex grammar to push the score up. Maybe the structures he uses would get a band 8 for complexity. But if he makes frequent mistakes, he may only deserve a band 6 for accuracy. What would be his grammar score? Band 8? Band 7? No, it will be a band 6, the lower of the two. So don't push yourself to the point where this complexity causes more mistakes. For a band 7 score, you need to get your fundamentals right. Have a look at these examples. Taxes on fast food are not effective. They also mean that poor people will pay more. These are our ideas written as simply as possible, but everything is correct. Let's go up a level. Taxing fast food may not be effective. Furthermore, it also means that people with lower incomes would face higher costs. Here I've added a gerund, taxing, modal verbs may and would, a more formal linker, furthermore, and more precise vocabulary, people with lower incomes instead of poor people, and also face higher costs instead of pay more. This is definitely good enough for a band 7, maybe even a band 8. Want to see a band 9 level? Taxing fast food may not prove effective, and furthermore, it disproportionately increases expenses of individuals with lower incomes, thereby exacerbating their financial strain. This kind of writing is great, but way too often students try it before they've mastered the previous level. It's like trying ski jumping before you can ski. Not a good idea. If you want to get the highest score you can get with your current English skills, choose the level you're comfortable with. Another issue most students face in IELTS writing is time. 60 minutes is not much, and it's easy to run out of time before you can finish your task too. But if your essay has no conclusion, it's gonna hurt your writing score a lot. You need to write a good conclusion. And if you're running out of time, leave your body paragraph unfinished and write at least a one-sentence conclusion, giving a direct answer to the main question. For example, to conclude, I believe that the best way forward is to use both policies together. This one-sentence conclusion is not ideal, but it's much better than having none at all. What you should aim for is to present your opinion and summarize the main arguments like this. To conclude, I believe that the best way forward is to employ both strategies in tandem. Imposing a tax on unhealthy foods and drinks can discourage people from buying them, and the money raised can then be used to subsidize fruit and vegetables, thus making them more attractive for consumers. Now, you can download the full sample answer to this task in the PDF via a link in the video description. And if you'd like to prepare for your IELTS exam step by step, save time and achieve a better result, check out our online courses. So far, we've had over 30,000 students, and the reviews we're getting are so inspiring. Or you can start for free by watching this in-depth lesson on how to write a perfect introduction to your essay. This is a free preview from our Task 2 course. Thank you so much for watching me today. Good luck with your preparation and your exam. Bye!